I'm talking and not recording. So a lot of wonderful things are happening. And while that's all happening, and our company is really in the explosive mode, we are continuing to bring product and technology to the forefront for our notification marketing. And I do apologize for the podcast on Friday. I happened to be in negotiations on software deals during the podcast time. So I've set aside an hour in case that happens to do a recorded podcast. Some of the podcasts will be live. Most of them will be live. I just happened to screw up, and I don't do that often. That's a lie. I don't do that often, but I actually do it all the time. But I scheduled a meeting on top of my podcast, thinking that the meeting was an hour later. So, but the podcast will continue this coming week on Fridays. I will get that link sent out to you. You're really going to want to hear that information and be a part of that information, because it is really the encompassing factor of everything we're doing here, called notification marketing, and developing the tools to expand your tool bag, and using the tools that we have to really go into the marketplace in a very, very, very powerful way with the Beacon technology and a couple of things that I'm going to show you today. I believe the real estate market's a good market to get into. So with that said, I've been working on and developing a real estate app, okay? And I'm talking about a high-end, not only is it a web app, but it's also native on both sides, Google Play and iPhone. So, hey, Jacques, how you doing, buddy? But I want to be talking to you about that tonight. We've got a new Beacon that we've brought on board, and let me tell you why I brought this on board last week. And I can kind of tell you how my brain works. When I get on trainings, it's like a faucet kind of turns on. And a lot of my best ideas come from training, because as I'm talking, my brain is thinking, and things hit me, and I talk about something, and the next thing I know, it's like, wow, where did that come from? And so I had mentioned last week about the flea markets, and as everybody knows, these recordings are broadcast live. And I had overwhelming response from that, and I wasn't really expecting the response. So I thought, well, that's cool, so let me develop something around that. And so we're going to talk about that tonight, and we're going to talk about a new advanced business card, and we're going to talk about a new advanced real estate app, and we're going to talk about some things that are coming that'll be launching by either Friday or Monday. We're shooting for Friday. I can tell you that the new markdown card editor, and we will be going over this next Tuesday. We are beta testing it now. Hooked on a couple of bugs yesterday, so we're working out the bugs before we turn it on. Sometimes we turn it on and get a lot of people to beta test it. But what we're doing is we're doing a pretty big beta test on it first, so we can minimize the number of bugs that we have when we launch, obviously. And but the new WYSIWYG editor that I've been talking about, we've literally been working on this now for 3 months, is coming out. It could be as early as tonight. You may see it launched before next Tuesday, but we'll talk about it next Tuesday. So we did turn it on yesterday, had some bugs, as software does, and we're working the bugs out, but it's going to be really, really, really advanced, more intuitive, and it's going to help with you building out your markdown cards. So, but let me go over here, and I am going to switch the screen. And as I was just telling you, I announced last week, I said, you know what a great market would be for this, and I talked about the flea markets, and then it started pounding me on Wednesday, and I started getting emails, and I started receiving messages and people saying, hey, man, how do I do that? How do I do that? And what I do? And I'm thinking, well, I don't really know because I just said it, So, but I'm trying to find the share button here. Give me 1 second. So I want to show you what we've put together. And I'll tell you where this came from. Can everybody see the screen with the little VIP looking monkey thing on there? Can everybody see that? I just want to make sure before I flip over. Yes, no, no, yes. Anybody say yes? Anybody say please? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brian. I know now that Brian is awake. Okay, let me tell you what I'm fixing to show you came from. About 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, well, number one, in 2012, I developed what was called the mobile business card. 2 years later, I came out with a dumbed down version, just a plain Jane business card. I called it the ugly business card, and that's what it was called. And I just threw it out on Facebook, and I sold several hundred of them just in a couple of weeks. And it was really cool because it was kind of just like if you went online and you bought, 50, 100 or 100 or 200 business cards, just plain Jane black and white business cards. And that was the concept, make it extremely inexpensive and everybody would come do it. And I did that and I threw it out there and I only did it for like 2 or 3 weeks. I just wanted to test the market. And then I got busy doing what I was really actually doing and I kind of turned it off. And so with that said, I kind of went back to the ugly business card idea because it's very inexpensive to produce. I mean, we can literally spit these things out in seconds, okay? Literally less than 10 minutes. So, sorry, you're going to see notifications come across because I'm live on my phone. So with the idea of the flea market thing, you really don't need anything fancy out there because what we're trying to do is we're trying to disseminate information. Okay, we're trying to disseminate information rapidly. Well, at a flea market, it's really kind of a plain Jane, go back to the 20s and 30s kind of deal where people are setting up trying to sell their wares and it's just a cool thing. And it made me think about the ugly business card. And I thought, well, the ugly business card, if we did that, we could bring it on inexpensively. But what we need to do also is we need to come in and we need to find an inexpensive way for them to broadcast. And we need to bring it in where the monthly is inexpensive. And you guys can make a good little profit because it's going to be a quick sell. You're going to go out and show it, share it, and sell it. And they're going to basically give you the cash and you're going to come back and you're going to, you really need to get a debit card because you don't want to go chasing them down. So you're going to take your debit card and you're going to get paid. And then you're going to pay, Beacon Funnels every month. The card itself is going to be what's called a one-off. Okay. And I'm telling you, it's bare bones and the price is going to be bare bones. All right. I would love to see thousands of these things out on the streets just because I think it is so cool and a great concept. So this is the ugly business card. All right. It's basically black and white, nothing fancy. The template is built. All we have to do is rapidly go in and put the information. Now it's got all the same features as any other business card. It's got the click to call. It's got the email us, the Facebook share, virtual business app sharing where they can literally go on and share it with their entire Facebook, the contact us information, the V card where they can download it onto their phone. And it's just going to have a simple, just like the old black and white where you want to go online and you need 50 business cards just basically to give out at something like this. Okay. And if you'll go to a flea market, usually you'll find a lot of the black and white business cards. We're going to be able to attach this business card to a beacon. And what I'm going to teach you is how to do the markdown cards. And I was going to do it tonight, but I really want the new markdown card WYSIWYG editor built to do this. So we'll teach this on next Tuesday night. But what I want to teach you is and show you is how to go out and sell this little system. Very, very powerful. It gives them a mobile presence. It gives them a proximity presence. And what's going to happen is as people start coming in and they start learning when they walk into this flea market that they can get all of these deals on the weekend by checking their notifications. You've just trained thousands and thousands of people every week. about Beacon technology. And really, that's the bottom line, right? We want to go out and we want to teach people that they need to start checking their notifications for the Beacon notifications for special offers. And we want to drive that. Okay. I'm telling you, that is my dream, is to drive that technology. So we've created really an ugly business card. Okay. An ugly business card for the flea market. Great technology. Same technology as any other business card, with the exception of, if I had to customize this, I would have to charge more. Okay. If I had to customize it, I would have to charge more. I can tell you now, this thing is going to be somewhere with the Beacon around $29 wholesale. We may even be able to get it down just a couple of more dollars. Okay. Just a couple of more dollars. So you're going to be able to walk out to a market, a flea market, or what do they call it where you go buy the food? What are those called? Where you go out and buy food and all the vendors are set up and they got all their food setting out, and you buy the corn and the tomatoes and all that stuff. It's not a flea market, but it's a market like that. Okay. My brain is somewhere else right now. You can do the same thing at those places. All right. Any place there's a large congregation of people that sell things like that, this is great for them. Think about the farmers market. Thank you, buddy. And so think about this. Think about the little events around the area, that come to town, the special events, and there's 50 to 100 or 200 vendors there. Literally on a weekend, you could go out and put this in every vendor's hand, okay, and get this to them and be set up for the next event that they're in. I mean, it's going to be literally that cool. And we may do this thing to where, let's say that you wanted to go to an event like that, and we got to put this together, but this is on my whiteboard on how to do this, where you can go ahead and pre-order and pre-purchase the beacons up front. We go ahead and program them. You have 10 or 15 of those. When you go out, you get the check, you deliver it on the spot. I mean, it's going to be that inexpensive to where you're going to be able to do that. Now, this is the cool part, okay? And it's only for this beacon. If you want to go with a different beacon, it's not the same. The monthly is going to be $10 flat. That's going to cover your hosting, your beacon charge, everything. $10. Okay. Local home shows too. Absolutely. All of those kind of things. Nothing fancy. Just go out, and I'm telling you, I think you can sell thousands of these. So you're going to have this card. And now let me go in here. Hang on just 1 second. Give me 1 second here. I got to switch screens to switch screens. I got to bring my camera up. This is the beacon. Give me 1 second. Tell me when you can see it. Hang on. Can everybody see that beacon? Can everybody see that? Laying next to the quarter. The battery life is approximately 3 to 6 months. Okay. What I'm going to do is max these out. So that's going to bring the battery life down to about probably 3 to 5 months, 3 to 4 months, something like that. Okay. So distance is 30 meters. Okay. 30 meters. 30 meters. That's 90 feet. That is perfect for an event like, I can't remember who said that a while ago, like a home show. You're not blasting the entire area when they walk in that, that 90-foot range. And if you go outside, you think about this, go outside and drag a tape measure, get 100-foot tape measure. 100 feet inside a space like that is a long distance. You're going to pretty much cover the entire row of tables that are set up or vendors that are set up on each row. You're not going to be blasting out all over the place. These are really proximity. Okay, the proximity is really down there. All right. So what you want to do is you want to max these out. The batteries are, I don't know, 5 or 6 for a couple of bucks, and you may want to buy them a pack of batteries to go along with it. And say, hey, here's some batteries. If it quits working, they're gonna have the platform. Okay, they're gonna have the platform. They're gonna have everything. They're gonna be able to see their stats and everything. You're gonna be able to give them the whole thing. I know it's not a 2032 battery. It's a little bit smaller than that. It's a little bit smaller. I'll have the number when I put it when we put this on the website. Okay, it's a little smaller than the 2032. Literally, I mean, you can see how thin this thing is. And matter of fact, you can see the battery. Can you see the battery through the sunlight right there? That's how thin this thing is. It's always on. Once I pull that tab right there, it's always on. So, and that is a quarter. Here's a quarter called Someone Who Cares. It's about 1.5 quarters wide and 1 quarter tall. Perfect combination to go with this little card right here. It's going to be priced very, very good, very inexpensively. Now, I'm not telling you that you got to go out and sell it for $20, okay, or whatever. You can go sell it for whatever you want. The price on it, the price out the door is going to be somewhere around $29. That includes the beacon and the first month on the platform. And then it's going to be $10 a month. So think about this for a moment. You go out there to a flea market. Some flea markets, I know we've got flea markets here that have 1,000, 1,500 vendors. What if you just went out and got 10% of those? Just 10%, 100 to 150 vendors. And you're charging them $20 a month, okay? And you double your price on yes, it comes with a little adhesive. Let me show you that. I'll show you the entire box here. Give me 1 second. You can see the little 3M adhesive there in the box. This is how they come. The box is really nice. If you want to buy 10 of them, you can buy them 10 at a time. I mean, I'll ship them to you 1 at a time, but so this is a new tool that we're launching out. This is I literally, honestly, if you weren't on the training last week, I talked about this on the training last week, and people just absolutely on the internet went crazy over it. It was like, man, how do I get that? And I didn't even have the beacons in then. I ordered these beacons on Thursday after the training. So, I literally put this together on Thursday after the training. That's how fresh and new this is off my mind. So now let's go to the next thing. As you know, I've been talking about the real estate market and other types of notification marketing for a while now. We are launching either on Friday or Monday a new real estate app. Now, this isn't going to be $29, okay? I can tell you that now. Yes, I have to activate the battery to program it. I do, absolutely, unfortunately. Now, what I can do, I can program them and put it in dormant state. Dormant state meaning that it's not burning the battery until I take it out of dormant state. But once it goes out of dormant state, it's like that forever. Okay. I mean, it's not a long battery. No, it's not a long battery life product. But it's a great little product, and I'm very excited about it. I mean, I think we're going to move thousands of these, literally thousands of these. And we're going to do it at a price where you guys can move thousands of these. Perfect for the little home shows, little events. You know, people that go to events. I mean, you'll have people that will be buying 10, 20, 30 of these at a time, especially when they go to these trade shows, home shows, those kind of events. Absolutely. When will they get the card? I mean, you're going to have a form. There's going to be a form. As soon as the order comes in, you will get a form. And I'll tell you what I'll do. This is what I'll do. When you place your first order, not only will I send you their card, when you place your first order for these, I'll also send you a card. All right? A card. And that way, you'll have the form and everything on there. You can literally fill out the form on the spot because you're not going to need logos. You're not going to need anything. All I need is the information. Yeah, it's just that easy, honestly. I know that sounds crazy, right? I mean, it's like, can something be that simple? And you guys are going to learn that I'm so simple, man, that I take it to the lowest denominator. And sometimes simple is the greatest, right? I mean, it's like, wow, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. What if you close 10% of 1,000? That's what I'm saying, you know? I mean, it's powerful. And the price is going to be right. You know, I mean, you're working with people who I'm talking about everybody's still talking about the flea market app. I just turned off the real estate app. Everybody's still talking about the flea market app. Right. I just turned off the real estate app. That's correct. Then you can do your own. All you need is the beacon. If you already build a card, you can do it yourself. All you need is the beacon. And the beacons are still going to be priced to sell. Okay. The beacons, really, I'm giving away the card and selling the beacon is what I'm doing. But the beacon will be at a very good price. And the beacons will be $10 a month. That's for no matter what. The beacon is $10 a month. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions about the what I'm going to call the flea market package? That's what it's going to be on the website, the flea market package. And of course, as somebody said a while ago, you know, events, home shows, those kind of things. All right. Any other questions before we roll over to the real estate app? Anybody? Ready to roll over? Okay. What control do we have? What control do we have? I.e., yes. What control? I'm confused. Are you drinking wine? Hold on. Oh, okay. He told me to hold on a minute. He's probably got to go pee. He's getting old. That's like me. I tell people, I'll be right back. Ready to go? All right, let's go. Do they get the platform? Yeah, I mean, I give you guys the platform for free. I don't care what you charge for it. You can give it to them for free. I've got guys that charge $99 a month for that platform. Charge them $99 a month. It doesn't cost you a nickel. You get as many platforms as you want. Every customer you have can have their own platform. I've got several people that charge $99 a month for that. Whether you get one beacon or 50 beacons, I mean, you get a platform for that customer. And that's where the money is, right? I mean, you don't have money going out for that. That's a great tool that you can upsell. All right, let's go into the real estate card. This is the real estate card, okay? We are bringing this online today and tomorrow. We'll get everything completed and set up. This card is a mobile web app. Okay. It is also a native web app. Native being that it can be uploaded to the Google Play Store, and it can be uploaded to the Apple Store. And now there is an additional fee for the Apple Store, but there's no additional fee for the Google Play Store. The pricing I'm still working on, but it's going to, everything we do, as you know, is price to sell as far as wholesale goes. But this card is really cool. You can come in and you can see right here, you can put listings in here. This is all done for you. We do this in-house. This is all done for you. They can search properties. I'm sitting here clicking on that like I can do that. They can come on there and they can search on properties, and they can go to City Center or whatever, wherever these are placed. Okay, they can open the property. They have the information they can share on Facebook, Twitter, or email. Go back. They can also click on the properties. The properties show up down here on the scroll bar. They can click on the property and see the properties either or. They can do a search. They can do an inquiry. They can send an inquiry directly to the realtor, and they can chat with the realtor. So let's say that, no, it does not have MLS and IDX API integration as a native and or a web app. No, it doesn't. It has their listings individually. There is no IDX or MLS and all that. If they've got a link to their MLS, we can put that in there, but no, it does not. Okay. These are all customized. They're done in-house. There will be an additional pricing for the native Apple app. This is not, it's inexpensive as far as what this world is about. But this is not for the person that has no money. I will tell you that now. Just the upload to the web store is $99 a year and $299 to set it up, just for the Apple Store. Okay. Now it's going to be a lot less inexpensive than that for the Google Play, because the Google Play doesn't cost me anything to upload to. It does for the Apple Store, and of course to create the web app. There is going to be a monthly on this, okay? We will do the updates in-house. It's going to be your responsibility. And we'll have all this put together by next Tuesday when we teach you how to do this. All the information that we're going to need, you're going to be able to get that information, send it to us. We'll update it. The Apple app takes about 5 to 7 business days to populate in Apple. It can happen quicker than that, but once it's in, okay, it will auto update. The updates can take 5 to 7 days also. With the Google Play app, we put them in. That's normally 24 to 36 hours. If we make a change, then it's automatic. We don't have to resubmit. It automatically picks up the change. Now, if we change a icon and or a splash screen, then it does take a little bit longer. Okay, on the apps, because they have to manually go in and we have to manually do that and resubmit the entire app. So data is auto populated and auto sent. So, but this is the real estate app. Really cool, really nice, very clean. Now, here's the cool thing. Along with the native apps comes a product called geofencing. Geofencing allows you to go out. Let's say, let's go over here to these listings. Let's say I've got these 4 listings right here, and this is me right here. And I want my listings for me because these are what I'm selling. This is what I want to sell because this is where I make most of my money, right? This is where my big commissions come from. I can literally go out here and geofence each one of these properties individually, all 4 of them. I can put a radius out there around these properties. And so let's say that I'm driving around and I say, oh, there's one of Carrie's properties. And then I'm driving around too. They get another push notification that says, hey, this is another one of Carrie's properties. And then if they get into another proximity area, oh, there's another one. So let's go look at all these properties because we're driving around and Carrie's telling us on our app that, hey, these properties are out there. Okay. Now, this is the cool thing. As you all know, I believe in multiple ways to talk to people through technology. When they come up to the house, we have a smaller geofenced area. When they get into that area, it says, hey, check your notifications on your phone, your nearby notifications, and take a tour of the house. Now what we do is we go in and we give them a tour, either a video tour. You will have to submit the video tours. They may already have a video tour, and we place them on the markdown cards. So now that they get into the area and they're up by the house, they're going to get a notification that says, hey, do this. Now, here's the really cool part. When they get that notification, it says, if using an iPhone, download this app. Because we all know that what? Android is the notification center for BLE, Bluetooth enabled beacons. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to drive them into this area. And when they get there to take their tour, they can download that app, and now they can see the tour. And now they've got that app on their phone. Now what have we just done? Just like we do at the flea markets, we've educated these folks on Bluetooth technology. And as your Bluetooth technology spreads in your area and they start seeing all your Bluetooth ads everywhere, they've already got what? They've got the native app. They've got the iPhone Nearby app, where they can go in there and get the notifications because they've got their Bluetooth on, and the Android users have their Nearby. So we're able to push out a lot of information, okay? A lot of information to their clients at the click of a button. That's all going to be controlled in-house. There's going to be a fee for that, all right? But you are selling to your higher-end clients where you're making a ton more money. The residuals are much higher. The recurring is much higher. And you're able to do things that actually set them apart from everybody else in the town, okay? So this is what we call a high-ticket item in the tech space. Even though it's a high-ticket item, the wholesale on it is going to be very well priced for you guys to make a great return on the investment. All right. Any questions on the, if they have an iPhone, how do they get the notification to download the app that allows, it comes through a push notification. It comes through a push notification. This is how these apps work. I go see my realtor. Okay. I get this app. The realtor is going to give me their app. Download it in Apple, download it in Google Play. Okay, and or just set it up as a web app. Now, web apps do not receive push notifications from geofencing. That is a native app function. It is a native app function. Okay, so when that realtor's out there, and you got to educate your realtors. Okay, they've got to download their apps. Now, when they hit that geofence, it says, "Hey, take a tour of the house. If you're using an iPhone, click here and download this Nearby app so that they can see the beacon notifications." And I know that sounds like a long process, but it happens instantaneously. I mean, they literally drive into an area, they get the notification that says, hey, this is Carrie's house. When they get to Carrie's house, they drive up and they get another notification that says, hey, take a tour of the house, check your Nearby and or download this app. That simple, that quick, instantaneous. Yes, very cool. Very, very cool. Been working on this for 7 months now. 7 months. So, and you can sell advertisements down here. If you have somebody who wants to add, like this is a moving ad right here, you can sell advertisements. And they can live chat. I think I showed you this a while ago. They can live chat. They can live chat with the with the agent. Any questions on this app? Anybody? Yes, there will be a monthly cost. This is not the same price as the other app. Matter of fact, I recommend the only two beacons I would recommend with this app, okay, is the, well, actually all three beacons. The Pocket Beacon would be good, very good with this. I would give every realtor a Keychain Beacon and the E2 Beacon. How do you live chat? Right from inside the app. The realtors are able to get their information and chat with them live. All I got to do is type it in. And it says, hey. And if I was in the system, I could go in there. If I had my log, if I was logged in the system, I could go back and say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, I'm at your house. Can you come let me in? Yes, absolutely. And we're going to go in depth on this. We're going to go deep in this when I launch this out next week. Multiple, they can get chats from everybody. Everybody that's got that app, they can chat with them. They can send them a chat. Many chats is possible. Many chats that can come across. As many chats as possible. And they'll receive it. And then they can reply back. So you can talk to the whole country if they've got your app. What I really, really like about this, and I've never been a realtor, but I have a lot of friends that are realtors, Some of them are real good and some of them suck. And some of them don't sell anything, but they still call themselves a realtor. But this is the important thing to a realtor. It's cool to sell somebody else's property. Somebody was asking about the MLS and the IDX and all that a while ago. It's cool to sell someone else's property, but I want to sell my property. And the reason I want to sell my listing is because I want all my money. I don't want 2 or 3% of somebody else's listing, and I do all the stinking work. I want my full commission. So I want my properties listed. Now, the average realtor around here, and I've done a survey, and I've talked to many, many realtors here. The average realtor here per realtor has about 5 to 6 listings at a time. They'll sell one, they'll get one, maybe they get 8, then they go down to 4, depending on what time of year it is, what time people are moving. During the summer times, it goes up a little bit more because people wait to move after school. So they may go up to 10 or 12, but the average is anywhere from 6 to 8. Maybe in Florida, it's a little bit higher. There's some multi-billionaire realtors in Florida selling some high dollar property down there. So, they may have 10, 15, 20, but you can still put them all on. We'll put them all on. One realtor in your hometown? Well, guess what? You can wrap them up easy then. That's funny. My town's just about like that. We've got 4 here. We got 4 realtors. Well, we've got 4 real estate offices. Probably about 20, 25 realtors. You guys y'all kill me, man. The stuff you say. But any questions on the real estate? And understand we're going to go very deep into this next week. Very, very deep. And it may take us a couple of weeks to get all the way through all this stuff. But know that the little app we talked about in the beginning, the flea market app, that's simple. That's ready to go. We're going to be rolling that out in the next couple of days. You'll see that on the website. These we're doing some programming and stuff right now to complete that. All right. Now, let me show you one last thing. We're also going to be offering an advanced. No, this is my apps. This is a Beacon Funnel app. And the URL is going to be bf1.mobi. bf1.mobi. We can, if they want their own domain name, we can attach their own domain name. There will be a cost for that, obviously, but we can attach their own domain name. This is a business card, okay? Same thing. This isn't your $19.99 or $49.99 business card. This business card works exactly the same way as the real estate app. It's got geofencing. We can geofence a business, send out a message, come in for your beacon only specials. We can send out push notifications in the whole 9 yards. All works on the native side. You can upload it to Apple. You can upload it to Google Play, or you can just use it as a mobile web app. On a mobile web app, you can use the communication system, but you can't use the geofencing. It has to have the native aspect in order to work the geofencing. Okay. No, it doesn't take the place of the mobile business card that you see, the beacon card. Doesn't take the place of that. Still, I do a ton of those. If you guys aren't selling the beacon card, and I know a bunch of you do, if you're not selling the beacon card, you're missing out. It's just a different platform. This is a little more on the high end. Okay. The beacon card is your nice sedan. This card is going to be like your nice BMW. Okay. I mean, both of them high quality cards. They just have different functions and different notification, different ways to notify. And sorry about that. Man, I started talking. I couldn't talk. Can you place ads in it? Absolutely. You can run ads in these. You can do whatever you want. Now, I will tell you, be prepared. Once again, it's going to be a low wholesale cost, but the wholesale cost isn't cheap. Does everybody understand what I'm saying there? This is a high quality app that the wholesale cost isn't cheap. All right, because of the native, because of the geofencing, because of the technology that's there. It's just a different technology. So, you get what you pay for. And you have the option to give whatever they want. Some people want native, some people don't. Okay. But the reason we brought the native on board is because of the geofencing. I've got a very large client that wanted the geofencing. And so we ramped up to accommodate them and bring this technology on to everybody. Yes. Geofencing is, now this is what's really cool. Okay. Geofencing usually uses what? GPS, right? This doesn't use GPS. This uses tower triangulation for the geofencing. So someone does not have to have on their GPS. All they have to have on is their phone and receiving a cell tower signal. And it triangulates where they are within the geofence. So you can put, let's say it's a 2-mile radius around a business. When they drive into that area and they've got their native app, they're going to receive that notification on their phone that says, hey, go by Carrie's house and eat some prime rib or something like that. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. No, does not use GPS. GPS does not have to be turned on. And that's always kind of been the case in the past, right? While geofencing was kind of really hot, it wasn't really user-friendly because you had to have on GPS. And why do we not turn on our GPS? Because GPS absolutely burns the battery on a phone. I mean, go take a trip and turn your GPS on, and it's telling you to plug it in pretty quick. Correct. This will be totally up and running by next Monday. That's correct. I mean, this has your contact, okay, your calls and all that stuff, listings, bookings. They can book appointments with you, services, and this is what you do. This is just a generic card that I've been working on. All right. So, but we'll have this completely built out. You can see it's got a loyalty rewards program. They literally can check in via, yes, you can schedule markdown offers with this. Absolutely. A use case for the mobile business card? Is that what you're asking? Can I give you a use case for a mobile business card? The mobile business, the driving traffic. I mean, that's the use case for all of them. The geofencing, driving traffic, getting them while they're outside before they make a decision to go somewhere else. Let's say, for example, I've got a boutique downtown. Okay. And I don't know why I always use boutiques, but I use boutiques. All right. I've got a boutique downtown and there's 6 boutiques in town and I'm going to shop for a boutique. But I've been in this one boutique a couple of times and I really liked it. And I downloaded their app because they said, hey, make sure you download our app. All right. So I downloaded their app and I'm driving into town to go to a boutique because I want a new hat or new shawl or something or some new pants. And I get a notification that says, hey, come in today and get 10% off. Well, nobody else pushed me out and said they got 10% off. So where am I going to go? Now, when I get to that boutique store, what's going to happen? It's going to say, hey, check out our Beacon only specials. And because now we've got another geofence going on, right? So now it's telling me, hey, not only do I get 10% off, but if I check my notifications, I'm going to find special offers in this store. So you walk around that store and they're getting the notifications that says, hey, buy this shirt. If you buy this shirt, most people, what? They bought these pants. If they bought these pants, they bought these shoes. And now you're increasing the sales in the store. Now, with the loyalty rewards program, they can check in via GPS. And you can see here it says I'm not in the location because I don't have the GPS set for this card. And or I can have a QR code sitting on the counter and I can click this and it opens up my phone. Okay. So, I mean, use case, a million different uses. Everything to drive sales and to drive footfall. That's what you want to do. Can you use the new Beacon in stores? Yes, you can. I mean, I recommend the Pocket Beacon because it's got a longer battery life. The Pocket Beacon is very aesthetically pleasing and can stick on anything. I recommend the Pocket Beacon for that use just because of the battery life. Yeah. You can use any of these beacons for any application you want. That's correct. That's correct. This logo, I designed that. That stands for Beacon Funnels. I designed that logo. Well, thank you. I'm not a graphic artist. It came to me one day and I did it. Can I show the ugly business card again? Thank you. Thank you for solidifying that, man. Awesome, dude. That's the ugly business card. And really, it's just your standard black and white business card. I thought about doing colors. Maybe they want red, blue, or green or something like that. But what does that do? That increases time, and time increases cost. So it's going to be black and white, period. Okay. And it's going to be very inexpensive. Same powerful business card, right? And you can go out there. And now what do? You can also go back with this and upsell texting and the marketing platform and email marketing and that kind of stuff. So there are upsells in this if you want to go out and do that. And I recommend that. I always recommend upselling. It is still ugly. You're right. Even if it was red, it would still be ugly. I sold a whole bunch of these. I should have kept doing it, but the margins were low and I had some other stuff going that I was making better margins on. So, but this is a low margin, high volume item. Okay. This is one of those $2.99 t-shirts at Walmart, if you will, that you buy. And, but of course this has much higher value to it because this is an actual working app. This is an actual working tool that allows them. Now, and we're getting ready to run out of time here, but, with these apps, and this is the thing to do. This is where the money's at in this whole deal right here. Okay. You go out and you create sales markdown cards for your clients and you charge them for that. Okay. Let's say they want to run 3 sales out there that weekend. So you create markdown cards and you set up the schedules where during the flea market, the markdown cards are being transmitted. During the rest of the week, watch Sheila's Craft Ugly Business Card is being transmitted, and people can get that. They can, and when they see that, they say, "Oh, look, that's Sheila's Crafts. Let's give them a call and see where they're. Make sure they're going to be at the flea market this weekend." Yeah, it still transmits the ugly business card. Yeah, the E2 is 300 meters. The pocket beacon is 100 meters. The E2 has a 10-year battery life. The pocket beacon has I think it's a 2-year battery life, maybe a little bit, maybe 5 years. I know it's at least 2 years. And the keychain beacon, 9 months, depending on what the transmit power is set to. Now, let me tell you something about the keychain. And I found this out working with my buddy down in Florida. Some of the batteries in these keychain beacons have a short life, okay? Now, these are made in China. They're shipped from China. I don't know what the battery is, but the normal battery life is 9 months. Now, I've got 10 of these at least sitting on my desk that I've had for 6 or 7 months, and they're still transmitting fine, and they transmit every day. But there has been some cases. Matter of fact, Rick Farrington up in, the keychain range is 80 to 90 meters, about 240 feet, something like that, 250 feet. Now that's maxed out. Remember, that is maxed out. And when you max these things out, that's like taking a 20-watt bulb and putting 1,000 watts to it. Yeah, Brian said he had to replace the battery on his. They're very inexpensive. If they quit working, replace the battery. That's the first thing you need to do. And there's nothing I can do about that. I don't know how long the batteries set on their shelves before they put them in the beacon. Yeah, they're very cheap. They're very, very cheap. I mean, I've got six or seven packs sitting on my desk that I got at the dollar store. Now this keychain beacon, what is standard range use? This one is about 100 feet, 125 feet. It's the labor to change. I guess. I mean, you pop it open, pop it in. I guess if you got to go out and get them, it is. But it's a good time to go see your client anyway. But it is. I'll be honest with you. It's a pain in the butt to go change batteries. Period. But if you're maxing these things out, you're probably going to get about 3 months, maybe 2 months out of them. I'm going to tell you now. If you max out this keychain beacon, you're going to burn it quick, 60 to 90 days probably. Because you are putting a lot of power into that little bitty watch battery. A lot of power. So you're going to cut it down to about 1/3 when you max these out. The range is about half of what we ship them out of here, about 50% of the range. So a 300-meter beacon. Because when you max the battery, when you max it out, you're maxing out the battery and you cut the battery life. Yeah, 50% standard range. Yes. Yeah, 50% standard range. Okay, think of it like this. I don't know if maybe somebody else can explain it better. If you have a little car that you plug in, let me use a drone for example. How many of you have seen drones fly? What is the 1,000 foot? 10 years. It's got 4 AA batteries in it. 10 years. If you max it out, what's the order number? It's an E2. Oh, it's an E2 beacon. I think you have a couple of those. Yeah. Sorry, the language barrier is The language barrier is different. I speak Texan and you guys speak English. Okay. Okay. Hey, I just got in a whole big ship and my office is I literally had to crawl through Beacons today to get into my office. DHL showed up today. They weren't supposed to be here. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and they showed up today. Literally, man, I just couldn't get around Beacons, but yeah. So yeah, if you power them up, they're going to drain. It's going to drain the battery. It's kind of like going out and taking one of those little battery operated cars and just driving it and driving it, driving it. See you, buddy. We're fixing to all get out of here. Thank you, Jerry. That's my best buddy right there. Jerry's my best buddy. Other than Drew. Drew's my best buddy. Of course, all you guys are my best buddies. Oh, he just tickles me. Any other questions here? Because I got an appointment myself in about 3 minutes. I told him I'd be there about 3 after 8. Long day. We will be going over everything next week. The ugly beacon, the ugly card, as Drew said, it's still ugly. That's going to be on the website. What's today? Tuesday. That'll be up by Thursday. See question above. Could you repeat the question? Because I'm telling you, there's been a bunch of questions that go by. Yeah, with the business card, they still, I just found it right there. With the business card, they still have to hit the link. And of course, it's just like any other beacon transmission. Yeah, any other beacon transmission. And there's my appointment. I told you not to call me. Any other questions?